and welcome to It's a Woman World. And I'm your host, Irina Dubinskaya. Our show spotlights women to dare to make a difference. From Amsterdam to the New Zealand, women today are taking the challenges of business and leadership head on and are becoming successful entrepreneurs. Our guest today is Yelena Ganshof. Elena's rich international career spans an impressive range of disciplines from the financial and diplomacy sectors to branding and marketing experience in the retail and fashion world. So, Elena, your education is in economics, and you're involved in a very creative area. You're a speaker, image and branding coach, marketing expert.
This is true. I studied economics as my major in Russia, where I grew up. I went to study international economics, and then I received my master's degree in the US. And for a number of years, I worked, in the area of economics research analysis. I worked for the US Embassy in Moscow in the economics department, heading the team of the Russian team within the economics section. And when I lived, I think, in Singapore, then that was an opportunity to join a fashion brand. And I settled that brand with my partner, working on the business and marketing of the brand, and how to say, branding the brand. And that was a challenging journey. And I think that this is where I revealed my skills that I had as a child, because I went to the music school. I was always very good at drawing. I had a beautiful handwriting, I still have. My classmate would always ask me to help them to write the poster for their paper, and I would say, okay, let's do it, I will write for you. I really enjoyed creating different plays, loved movie making, loved photography, in fact. That was my very big hobby. And then when I was taking that fashion brand, all my skills as a child, they all kind of revealed. And I very much enjoyed fashion itself. And when I was, in fact, in high school, I was fascinated. I was, the whole year when I was 17 years old, I literally spent on the sewing machine. Stitching for my family, for myself, for my mom. It was a really, really fun time. And that's how I went into the creative part. And then when I moved from Singapore to Switzerland, that was a couple of years ago, the decision was, yes, I'm going to the creative part. It doesn't mean that the shift was like, okay, economics and all of a sudden creative part. I took all the luggage that I had with me into the niche that I'm involved right now. And I applied very well, running my own business, making partnerships, meeting clients, and creating different projects for them and shifting their business.
When you're thinking about all what's happening and all the experience you have, which three events that help you shape your life?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, I need to tell a little story that I grew up in the Soviet Union. And growing up in the Soviet Union, it already brings a certain spice to your character. It brings a spice of, I would say, gratefulness. It's a spice of just do it. It's a spice of everything is possible and we're the best. You know, we grew up in a country where we say that, yeah, our country is the best country in the whole world, and we're so lucky to be born in this amazing country. Growing up in the Soviet Union will give you this kind of fight. You always have to fight to prove yourself and to everyone else around who you are. And I think that I always was going in life with a hashtag, just do it. Take the opportunity. We learn to take opportunities, right? You grew up in the Soviet Union as well. And I grew up in Siberia, where, how can I say, there are less opportunities. Some people, when they know you grew up in Siberia, it's like in the middle of nowhere. I know, it's like in the middle of nowhere. You look out the window, you see taiga. Taiga, taiga, taiga is like endless taiga. These Christmas trees the whole year round, and it's cold the whole year round. And I think that I always wanted to look outside of the wall of the Soviet Union, to see the world outside, what's going on. Of course, we had our propaganda and media were the best. And I wanted to see different angles of this big world. And I wanted to study economics. I was very good in math. I loved geometry. I loved this design. Was very good in languages. And that's why I decided to go and study international economics. And I think that going at that time of the Soviet Union to study arts or creative field, I think it was not a substance profession at that time. It's not a profession that will be, how can I say, easily monetized. And as I was from 19 years old on my own, I lost my mom, and who was a single parent. So all the decisions I made in my life, I had to kind of really, really take everything seriously and support myself and help my younger brother to support him. That was a choice for international economics, and that also gave me an opportunity to go study in the US. So going to the US was a big shift. I wanted to, it's not like I wanted to go and study in the US. I wanted to go study abroad. I wanted to see the world. So on my map were different choices to go study in Japan. There were a few universities offered, because I started having connections with people. I lived in Khabarovsk. I know some people are going to ask, where is Khabarovsk? Khabarovsk is located in the far east of Russia, very close to China and Japan. And another choice was to go and study in Australia. And then until the moment when my boss, then director of the American Business Center in Khabarovsk, he came and said, oh, there is an opportunity to apply for the Freedom Support Act program to go and study in the US. It's a program that was sponsoring talented students from the former Soviet Union countries to go and study in the US. And I said, okay, let's take the opportunity. Let's apply. Let's do it. And I applied and I passed. You know, I was good. My academics were very good. I had very good grades. I graduated with a medal, and I graduated the International Economics School with the red diploma. You know what red diploma means, right? The Lenin diploma. So, yeah. And I remember taking a plane from Khabarovsk through Alaska and landing in Denver, Colorado. And the moment of arriving, I see this beautiful airport. You know, Denver Airport. The peaks of, imitating the peaks of Rocky Mountains. And when I saw it, I knew that my life is about to change forever. And it did. I met amazing people, professors, mentors, students. I made great connections, and it opened for me doors and opportunities. It was like a discovery for me. So coming back to Russia, I felt like I was a different person. Absolutely. And I went back to Moscow and found a job in investment banking. And at some point, yeah, I was working for the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. Well, another big shift for me that really also shaped my life was the settling my family and was the arrival of my children. And I think my children are a constant inspiration in my life, my personal life, and my professional life. I was just recently going with my daughter and had an idea, and I wanted to see her opinion, to see just a different angle from her. And I showed her the picture on my phone, and I said, what do you think? And she said, I don't like it. I said, me neither. So what do you think? What should I change? Because I thought it's kind of more appealing for teenagers. And not sure. And she gave me a little sparkle of idea, which I, after brainstormed with her, and I brainstormed with myself, and I came up with a mind-blowing idea for my client. I was just speaking to this client yesterday on Skype, and she was writing, making notes. I was like, this is going to change the whole idea of your product, and we're going to create a new collection. It will be new design, everything new, and it will be just like mind-blowing. Everyone is going to be surprised that you come up with this new concept in new collection. And I would say the third shift in my life that also changed the course of my professional life was meeting J.D. Fox last March. It means March 2017, and taking an opportunity be coached by the organization. So I went to the top one, and top one was like, it was a mastermind, and it was, for me, changing the railways of my business train and setting up a clear business GPS of what I'm doing. And then also interviewing Randy Zuckerberg, also within the J.D. Fox organization. And this interview also changed the course of my media life here in Switzerland. And I'm very grateful for this. So the last year was really transformational, very busy, lots of travel and lots of, testing the waters. Little waters, deep waters, different waters. And today's Saturday, right? And we are here doing this interview. No excuses, right?
No excuses. And that's what inspiring us. Just, it doesn't matter what day of the week or what time of the day it is.
Absolutely.
Go forward. What are factors of your success?
I would say preparation. In Siberia, how we say, Siberian is not the one who is not getting cold. Siberian is the one who knows how to dress warm. In summer, in Siberia, we're getting ready for winter, and in winter, we're getting ready for summer. So preparation is always extremely important. And I remember arriving in the US and starting taking this master's degree course, and my first class in microeconomics. I go in the class, and the professor has a very strong Southern accent, really strong. So after the whole class, I'm leaving the class and thinking, oh my God, I'm not sure if I understood anything. I speak English. I work with spend a lot of time working with Americans and working in the American Business Center and helping with building some refineries as an interpreter when I was studying in the Economics Academy in Russia. And here I am coming from this class, I'm thinking, I don't understand. It's just a feeling of frustration. And I see some other international students also coming from the class, and they have the same frustration in their eyes. And they asked me, did you understand? I said, I'm not so sure. So I'm with this frustration going back home and thinking, okay, just calm down. Take a look at the business book. We still have a chapter book, right? So I open the chapter book and I look at it and I read the whole chapter of what we were supposed to discuss in class. And everything becomes kind of, very clear. And I say, okay, easy peasy, I understand. The written English is the same in New York and here in the south of the US. So, and then I say to myself, I think I'm going to read the chapter for the next class as well. So that when I come to the class, I already have an idea. I know what it's going to be about. I get my vocabulary that I'm probably missing, and quickly digest the southern accent into my, how can I say, understanding what is in this chapter. And for the next few months, this is what I did. I was just prepared for the class, so that when I come to the class, it's not only that I understand what is all this about, but I learn and I ask questions. So preparation is number one for me. It's crucial. And it must be also very important for everyone, whether you prepare for your interview, whether you prepare for your speaking engagement, workshop, presentation, meeting, negotiating, anything, correct? Mm-hmm. And the next one, I think, for me is believing in myself. Is this sentiment of confidence. As soon as I believe in myself, how can I say, the confidence breeds confidence, and then this is how people believe in you, so that they believe that you will do your best to make this project or product successful. It's very important that you believe in what you're doing. You have your drive, you have your energy, you're inspired, and you inspire other people into your journey. And the next one is the, I think, curiosity. Curiosity is has always followed me in my life. I think that I was always curious, and I was not afraid to ask questions. You know how sometimes in the classroom, some people, they would love to ask questions, but they don't, because they kind of don't want to look like a fool, right? I think that need to find a way to ask questions, not to look like a fool, but to show your interest, that you want to know that topic, and that the curiosity, again, that helped me to go and apply for the university, to fly and go, just what we say, just do it, with the hashtag line, just do it, давай. You know, давай in Russian. Давай means just do it, let's do it, give me result. And if you go to any, let's say, big stadium and where you see competition, you hear lots of people saying, давай, давай, давай. And it's a very powerful word in Russian, right? Давай, just do it. So curiosity, I think it's a vitamin to any success. It's a special gift that nobody can take away from you, and should be taken with dignity. And I think that also taking opportunity, as we say, they come and go, and they never come back. Opportunity is crucial in life. They can change your life course forever.
Yelena, I know you prepare speakers for stage, and you know there is only one chance to make a first impression.
Correct.
In fact, what the wows and unwows on stage?
There is only one chance, as you said, to make a first impression. There is no second chance to make that first impression. And wherever you go, we say that 68%, almost 70%, right? 68% is in the first impression, is in the way you look. You have 25% is the way you sound, and only 7% is what you say.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. So it means that already almost 70% in your first impression, the points, right, is the way you look, the way you present, is just your body language and the way you're dressed, of course. And I do prepare speakers for stage, the way they look, the way they speak, and helping with their script, and especially helping with the video marketing, as filming their unique business story and creating their unique image. As for wows and unwows, as you mentioned, I think that here's a little, the fact is that women especially, they sometimes misunderstand entertainment stage and business stage. And they often, what they do is that they get dressed for business stage as it's entertainment stage, which is wrong. Because for women, for us as already, wherever we go in business, our body, our appearance is always, how to say, on the plate. And we always need to look very professional, to be treated professional. So wows and unwows. For the unwows, I would say, for wows it's quite evident. The pencil skirt, the jacket, the blazer, or suit pants. But for unwows, I want to mention that no mini skirts. It's not for the business stage. It's not professional. Entertainment stage, yes. Nightclub, staging, singing, show business, of course. No mini skirt, no low cleavage shown. It's also not professional. No bling bling jewelry, big jewelry, because it's distracting. Good coordination of colors is very important. And psychology of colors. It depends whether you want to look authoritative, as they make a certain statement, or you want to look more approachable. You want to make friends. You go for networking. Maybe you're raising funds. It all matters. Colors matters. Never underestimate the psychology of colors and the power of colors. So, and I also have my video course that I have created where I explain all this, how to you prepare yourself for stage. What are the wows? What are the unwows? What do you need to avoid? And of course, the likability factor. Again, going back to the interview with Randy Zuckerberg, who is the creator of the Facebook Live and marketing genius of Facebook. And what she said is that wherever you go, the way you look, you carry yourself, it always so important, because your presence, your presentation, and the way that the people have the first impression, they like you. The moment that they like you, they resonate with you, they resonate with your product and project, everything. They need to kind of make a trust into you so that they can trust that everything you're going to do, you're going to make successful.
What would you suggest to other women which want to make a difference?
Other women who want to make a difference. I think that taking opportunities is number one. It's crucial. Going and meeting people. Surround yourself with people who are more successful, with whom you would like to be, and you are inspired by them. Inspired by mentors, coaches, books, podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. And I listen to different radio shows. I love listening to news. And I would also follow one of the Russian channels for news, to see the different angle from the Russian media of what's going on in the world. It's very interesting. And I'd say I will hear different stories, and I will hear more of the real life stories in Russia. Having this inspirational content and looking at the world, not in your small community, but looking at it, having a big picture of what's going on. Be interested. Be curious of what's happening. There's a lot of things happening in business, in politics, in economics, within the small business, entrepreneurs, women who lead teams and companies, who have their drive. There are a number of different business associations, business clubs to be part of. I always say that we live only once. There is no afterlife. So need to take opportunities now. And for those who are maybe, let's say, they study now, they say, oh, I'm 25, I have the whole life in front. Man, I'm going to party and enjoy life. I still going to build a career. And what happens after school, after university? You join, let's say, you go into corporate. And all of a sudden, the life changes because it's corporate. It's like the adult's world, which is not the same as the student's world. In the corporate world, you see people of all different kind of generations, with different values. Of course, they're under a certain mission in that company. Once you get a job, you understand that there's certain limits around you. And maybe you're stuck in this job for a few years, a number of years, right? And then you settle a family and you're in 30s and have children, and all of a sudden you hit your 40s, and then you continue to say, okay, I still want to see them growing, and then all of a sudden you're 50, children growing, and yeah, I want to see my grandchildren 60. So when do you live? When do you make your career? When do you follow your passion? So that I always say that do it so that you don't have any regrets after. So that you didn't take those opportunities, or you were saying, okay, I'll do it a few years after I will start something, or I'll write a book, or I will find and join that association to get to know people. I say, again, we live only once, and there are certain opportunities. They come, they go, but they never come back. So take them.
That's right.
Be grateful.
So, Yelena, how our viewers can find you?
The viewers can find me on my personal website, which is meetYelenaGanshof.com, and a number of social platforms on my LinkedIn as Yelena Ganshof, on Instagram, Facebook, a number of Twitter, a number of all the main social platforms, I would say. And then they can connect with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So that's all for today's show. I would love to thank Yelena for inspiring us with her wonderful stories of bravery and adventure. And you can see all her information in our website, dearirina.com. And if you like to be our guest and tell your story of success, send me your name, bio, and why you would be a great lesson for others to follow to dearirina.com/interviews. This broadcast was sponsored by Global Real Estate Education Network, live daily real estate education that works as hard as you do. See all what they have to offer at learnfromgreen.com. Ciao.
Thank you.